Hello, I'm back, ma'am, and here last time around we discussed the different MOBs that a master teacher should provide for his or her RPNS tool. Ngayon naman po, alamin natin kung paano naman nire-rate ang ating mga proficient teachers or teacher 1 to 3 at ano nga ba ang kanilang mga MOBs na dapat i-provide. So, syempre, kagaya ng sinabi natin sa mga master teachers, ganon din po ang gagawin ng ating mga teachers 1 to 3. First and foremost, accomplish the hard copy of the ESAT. Okay, so ang ESAT natin, again, ay may 4 na bahagi. First is the demographic profile. Second is the objectives. Third is the behavioral competencies. And fourth is the development plan. So again, answer only all the questions that relate to yourself for the demographic profile. For the objectives, sagutan lang din ang lahat ng mga questions na may kinalaman sa ating objectives number 1 to 13 under the 5 KRAs. Okay, sa left na column, ilalagay natin dyan ang ating level of capability o kakayahan sa mga objectives na nabanggit. And on the right side naman ay ang ating priority for development. So, which of the following objectives do we prioritize to enhance or develop? And for part 3, behavioral competencies. So, ano na po, alin po dyan sa mga competency na yan ang nagre-reflect sa atin. Okay, and finally, after we already have the result of part 2 and 3, we can now move on to the accomplishment of the development plans or the part 4. So, under the strengths, we have here letter A and B. So, just write all the strengths na lumabas doon sa part 2 under the functional competencies and strength mo naman na lumabas under the 4 behavioral competencies. And then, development needs are all those weaknesses na lumabas sa dalawang result. And then, ano-ano ang action plan na balak mong gawin to address your needs or to enhance more your weaknesses. And then, the timeline and the resources needed. After we have accomplished the ESAT, now let's move on and take a look on how the teachers 1 to 3 are being rated. So we have there the QEP. So yung ating pong quality doon ay given na. So we can only get a rating of 5 or perfect 5 if our COT rating for the objective is 7. Kapag 7 po ang rating sa COT, automatic po ay 5 ang equivalent. For the efficiency naman, we can get the perfect score of 5 if we have presented all the MOBs being asked. Okay? And timeliness naman only pertains to objective 11. This is only applicable to objective 11 and objective number 12. So, our MOB should be across 4 quarters. They represent all the quarters. Okay, so now let's move on. Okay, so these are the objectives that teachers 1 to 3 should present. Okay, so itong objective number 1 to 7, ito po yung lahat ng objectives na nangangailangan ng ating COT and DLL. So ito yung ina-highlight natin. So, this time, automatic naman na po yung mga scores or rating sa ating COT. I-encode na lang natin yan sa ating EIPCR. Okay, so for objective number 1, just highlight the integration of content knowledge. Okay, and for objective number 2 naman, highlight natin with another color yung strategies that promote literacy and numeracy. For objective number 3, highlight all the critical and creative thinking and other HOTS, activities, and questions. Okay, using another color of the highlighter, highlight objective number 4. These are the strategies for different physical learning environment. Okay, and for the objective number 5 naman, dapat po ma-observe tong lahat ng to in every CO. In every classroom observation po. So this pertains to the positive and non-violent discipline. Okay, highlight the motivation, giving of praise or positive feedback, house rules, guidelines, active participation, encouraging ideas or opinions, giving equal opportunities to learners, and encouraging learners to ask questions. For objective number 6 naman po, it pertains to differentiated activities. Just highlight all the differentiated activities in your DLL. For objective number 7, highlight all the developmentally sequence instructions that we designed from letter A to letter J of our plan. Okay. Meanwhile, for objective number 8, okay, ang kailangan lang po natin ay 4 different blocks or FGDs. So, what we need to attach is 4 personal notes of different blocks plus proof of attendance or 4 minutes of blocks or FGDs plus proof of attendance. Either of the 2. Malinaw po yan. Ano po? Either of the 2. Basta 4 po na iba't ibang blocks or FGDs. For objective number 9 and 10, okay, for objective number 9, we are asked to provide 4 different MOVs. So, ano po yung different MOVs na yun? So, we have the activity sheets, task sheets, worksheets, PowerPoint presentations, video clips, module, SIM. Okay, so pwede po yun. Or, if DLL is the MOV presented, just highlight those different MOVs that can be found in your DLL. For objective number 10, 4 different MOVs also. In your DLL, highlight the appropriate use of formative strategies. So, ano-ano po yung mga formative strategies na yon? So, we can make use of the diagnostic test plus POS reviewed by our superior plus sample accomplished diagnostic test. Okay? Kapag wala po yung sample accomplished, invalid MOV. Okay, another MOV, the summative test plus TOS, again, reviewed by our superior plus sample accomplished. Kapag wala na naman pong TOS or walang sample accomplished, invalid MOV. Another is we can submit a sample of rubrics reviewed again by our superior plus sample accomplished rubrics. Yun pong ginamit na mismo natin sa ating klase. Okay, for objective number 11 naman, we are also asked to provide 4 different MOVs. Magkakaiba po siyang MOV. So, example po, for quarter 1, we presented the summary of 1 learner's quizzes with signature of parent. Summarize lang po natin yung lahat ng quizzes or written works ng isang learner. Pero dapat po may signature of parent. Without a signature of parent or guardian, it's an invalid MOV. For quarter 2, for example, we presented formative or summative tool with POS plus frequency of errors and identified least mastered skills. And take note po, ano po. And then for quarter 3, for example, we presented a class record or a grading sheets. And for quarter 4, you have your DLL with index of mastery at the top. Yung result po ng evaluation. Okay, so for objective 12, again, present 4 different MOVs. So these are the acceptable MOVs. Samples of corrected test paper of the same 3 learners with parent signature. So pili po tayo ng learners, yung test paper po nila. So dapat po with parents' signature. So, corrected na po yan. And then, minutes of PTA meetings in all quarters. In all quarters with proof of attendance. And then, report card with parent signature. Or if hindi ka naman po advisor, you can make use of communication with parent. Yung ating pong Cardex 1 and Cardex 2, pwede po natin magamit. And then, anecdotal record showing entries per quarter. Kailangan po ang entries ay from first quarter to fourth quarter. If not, it's an invalid MOV. Okay. Next, objective number 11, the last but not the least, we are asked again to provide 4 different MOVs. Ito po yung ating class factor. Okay. We can submit certificate of recognition, certificate of participation, training, speakership. or advisorship of curricular activities like yung mga clubs, school paper, yan, authorship, co-authorship, or contributorship. Okay? If you are also a chairman of a committee or a coordinator, committee involvement if you are not a chairman. Okay? If you coach or mentor learners for competitions, and mentoring in pre or in-service teachers. Okay? Mentoring of pre or in-service teachers. So, 4 lang po na magkakaiba ang i-provide natin. So, yun po ang mga MOBs na dapat i-provide ng isang teacher 1, teacher 2, or teacher 3. Okay, thank you so much po, and God bless sa ating mga proficient teachers.